How you doing, everybody? My name is Rob Wilson, and the first video that I'm going to put out for you guys is really about Amazon.com and how to get started in that particular business. One of the things that you definitely want to find out is you want to find out what's hot. What is it out there that people really want? Okay, I'll kind of give you a nitbit of when I was in that particular industry. One of the things that I found at the particular time when I was doing Amazon.com was that CDs were hot. And I'll tell you right now, even at this particular point in time, CDs are still hot. Okay, and why? Okay, why when people are using MP3s? Because it is a lot less expensive to go out, buy a cheap CD, okay, and download that particular song or put that particular song onto the MP3 player than to go to a site and download 3 or 4 songs, from that same CD. So it's a lot cheaper. Okay. Now, basically what I did was this: I went to Amazon.com, got registered as a seller. Okay, and that's really easy to do. You go to Amazon.com, you find the link for that, and basically there's two different ways that you can do it. One of the ways I don't really recommend, but that really just allows you to list things, but you're going to be charged, for each of those items that you list. Now, there's another where there's just a set fee, and it's a fee that you pay monthly, and I believe it's about $40. It may have changed since I've actually worked on it. Okay, but at that particular time, it cost me $40 per month in order to really get started with this. Okay, and what I was able to do is I was able to list as much product as I wanted. Okay, very easy. And what I did was I decided to choose CDs. Looked around for some sites, found some phenomenal sites where I was able to buy bulk CDs. Okay, got those particular CDs, and sometimes when I got them, there were scratches on them and things of that nature. So basically, what I did was I went out and I looked for. I actually looked for a CD cleaner, but when I looked in the stores, all I saw were just those basic little small cleaners that really don't do anything. Okay, so then I found not a Blockbuster Video, but a Hollywood Video, and they actually had a service where they would clean CDs. Okay, now I would have like 10, 15, 20, 25 CDs, okay, that I needed, the scratches the scratches taken off of them, basically, and they were charging somewhere around, I think, about $2 a CD. Okay, what I soon discovered was that it was probably better for me to actually see if I can purchase one of those machines than to actually have them do that, because I was wasting money and I was wasting time, particularly when CDs were coming up for sale and I really needed to get that product out to people. So what I did was I asked them, I said, where can I purchase this from? And employees, they didn't know. Okay. What I did is I did some research on the internet, found a couple places. There's probably only 2 places in the United States that actually make these machines. Okay, and so what I did was I ordered one of those machines. Best investment that I ever made. Ordered one of those machines. Then I was just kind of right to work. Cleaning the DVDs. Doing all that. But so after I got that machine, then it was time. Then I was able to go into the process of actually cleaning, okay, the DVDs. All right. So my issue sort of came in is that actually, once you look at the CDs, on the CDs themselves, there are actually numbers on the CDs that you can put into the computer themselves, okay, that you can plug into Amazon.com, and then you'll get all the information on there. And then basically you can type additional comments. Now the additional comments can be like no covers. And the CDs that I was selling were CDs that had no covers, okay? And people often think, well, will people buy those? Well, yeah, if you got a kid and all he wants to do is get if he just wants to get the CD and he wants to get the songs off of the CD, definitely. But you have some people that actually want the cover art. Okay, so it's really, really important with Amazon.com that you list that. If you have to put it 3 times, no cover, no cover, no cover, then I would put that down. Okay, because what you don't want is you don't want someone to purchase it, okay, and then they end up getting the product, and then they either give you like a bad comment or something, or they want a refund because they got an item that didn't have a cover on there. Okay, so you're still going to get that anyway, but it's best to, if you state it at least 3 times on there, or 2 times, so that they, you have a better likelihood that that's not going to happen. Okay, and I tell you, after that, you have people all over the globe wanting your CDs. Okay, and also what that program, what that allows you to do as well, is that you're actually able to see what the prices are, from the lowest individuals. So I would see people that will have their CDs and it will be like $3.29. I say, okay, well, I'm going to do mine for $1.29. So it'll be $1.29 plus it'll be your standard $3, for the shipping itself. Okay, and it was an awesome profit for me. I made very good money. So I'm saying I was making somewhere around $1,500 a week just doing this simple process. Now, where it really got difficult, and I'll say specifically for me, where it really got difficult is just I remember Saturday morning. So I'm up early Saturday morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, cleaning CDs, and it was doing the distribution part of it. That was the hard part. Now, you could hire someone, but then again, that's going to be money coming out of your pocket. And it may have been a smart investment to do that, and just kind of got someone in and say, hey, I need you to run these CDs. Let me show you how to do it. Clean these CDs. I'll pay you by the hour, and maybe pay some kids $7 or $6 an hour, in order to do that particular project. And surely that would have definitely probably freed up my time, and it may have been worth it. Who knows? So whatever you want to do, you kind of got to make that decision. But the key thing is that you want to be timely with things, because people want their things. Okay.